What's up, guys? Captain Blair Wiggins here. Thanks for tuning in to Blair Wiggins Outdoors today. We are down here in South Padre Island, and we've got Captain Louis Flandes with us today. Did I get that right?
You got it, man. Yeah, that's good.
Nailed it. Good. That's a good thing. And we're down here with the DOA Writers Convention, and we normally have it in Florida, but our fishing and our water quality down there right now is just not up to par. We got the clam project going, so if you would please donate to that. It is actually working very well. This place down here reminds me so much of the Banana River, Indian River, where I grew up many, many moons ago. The water looks the same, the fish are the same. You got trout on the flats, you got shoal grass, eel grass, and life everywhere. And what I like about South Texas here, it's miles and miles and miles of just the pristine flats. So I could literally get on the boat and just drift and look at the flats all day long because I haven't seen such beautiful water like that. But like I say, we're down here for the DOA Writers Fest, and we're going to catch a lot of fish today, we hope. We're going to give it a shot, and we were out yesterday and putzed around a little bit, caught a few fish here, a few fish there. A lot of guys caught some nice fish, but I'm going to get one on the end of my line hopefully today, and Luis catch one too. So now stay tuned. We're going to be right back here, Lower Laguna Madre, Padre Island, and lots of beautiful water.
Oh yeah. Get them.
Stay tuned.
Good stuff, man.
Blair Wiggins Outdoors is brought to you by Starbright, blending technology with performance since 1973. Seagar, always the best. Lose, feel the difference. Coastal Conservation Association, Florida, the voice of recreational anglers for over 35 years. DOA Lures, the unfair advantage. Miralure, turn on the bite anywhere. And by Costa Sunglasses, see what's out there.
Yeah. All right. Pretty one.
They gobble them.
You got it way down in there, huh?
Yeah. Not doing me.
There you go. He still wants to kill that thing. Nice.
I smell like a trout 3 days in a row.
All right, we got the little ones out the way. Yeah, we'll pull a couple more minutes here and then we'll swing back around. This is just the grassy pothole flats here. I mean, you can still pick up a big trout. You'll find a lot of 16, 17 inches in here, just like we're catching about that size. Might get surprised by a big one right now.
Size.
Good meat size, yeah. Good job. It's a nice trout.
Nice trout.
What's that? Mancota.
Nice trout!
Yeah, that's the girl we've been looking for. Very nice. Nice one.
That's a Mogan.
Yep, we've been looking for that one
That one
for about
classifies.
30 minutes and we found her.
Sweet.
Yes, sir. Nice one, Blair.
And that's on Brian's color that he come
Yeah,
up with,
he
isn't
came
it?
up with that one. That's his color. Get this nice trout. Beautiful. South Texas trout. This is what we're after right here on the Texas croaker. Right on.
I saw that sucker come up. I saw that gold color and that mustard mouth. Show him that mustard mouth. Open that mouth up for him.
Yeah, let me get this mouth open for you. Nice and yellow. Look at down in there. He's still got his 2 fangs.
Nice.
That's what they use to grab the fish. And they slice and dice with those.
And show
razor
some
sharp.
people here where you're not touching that fish's gills. You're on the inside of that plate up there.
Correct.
So you are not hurting that fish's gills whatsoever.
Absolutely. You want to always ride this gill plate, follow it up, and that way they don't get bothered because these fish can be sensitive and you want to take care of them, especially when you know they're going back in.
You know what I know? I know there's bigger ones here, so
Oh, yeah.
we'll get another one.
Absolutely, man. Good job, Blair. Let's
Nice,
let this
man.
one get bigger. Like to get him down. Oh, she's ready to go, man. There you go. There she goes.
There she get. Uh-oh.
kicking? Yeah.
Yeah, she came back.
There you go. Yeah, I could feel her. She was strong. Good job, man.
Cool, man.
Right on.
Brother.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Got some slime.
South Texas, baby. They still got the big trout.
Oh yeah. Let's get some more.
Well, welcome back. I mentioned at the start of the show that we'd been down here for a few days, and on one of the days the weather was what I love to fish in, but as you'll see later in the show, the fish down here like it pretty windy and nasty. So here's a little footage from one of the days I was out there with Captain Brian Barrera, Mark Nichols, some beautiful redfish and trout, and a slick, calm day on the lower Laguna Madre. Nice little South Padre Island redfish.
Beautiful in the top water.
On the PT7.
Fish, Blair.
Is that the right number for that one, Mark?
That would be correct.
The PT,
7.
The PT7.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the PT stands for?
I don't know. Are we supposed to say
Physical therapy.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
But that's what we're using out here on Padre this morning out here in the lower Laguna Madre. And man, y'all have some just healthy redfish. You see he's perfectly symmetrical, just absolutely beautiful. Great genetics, only one spot like it's supposed to be. Nice fish.
That's our typical redfish right there.
Back up. Right. Go in on Brian. Release it. Yes, sir. That was a nice one, man.
Alrighty. See if there's some more hanging out here.
As usual, a beautiful spot. Brian Barrera, you saw him. We caught snook with him 2 years ago down here, down in that lovely, beautiful area,
the Brownsville Ship Channel.
Into the ship channel. But I tell you what, amazing way to catch snook. Y'all ever get a chance, make sure you come look him up. We're down here for the DOA Writers Convention.
That would be, yeah, I use their lures. Yeah, yeah.
And when he catches a fish, we'll show you him. But right now,
I just play him out.
Smart.
Get out of my way.
Yeah, that's the way I feel about it. Okay. One spot.
Yeah.
Got him? Yeah.
Cool. Good one, sir. It's a nice fat little fish.
Yeah.
Happy as it can be. Well, maybe not happy as it can be, but
Have a green head or not?
no, it doesn't have green eggs and ham. Yeah, wow. Give me the spots on this fish. Beautiful. Need a slot redfish right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spots on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spots right there.
Trout.
Got spots there.
Yeah, remember when those used to be all in the Indian River?
All over the place.
sides of it.
All right, folks, time to show you what I was using when I was down there in Texas. The rod I was using was a 7-foot 2-inch Lew's inshore speed stick rigged with a CI 400 reel. Had smack down on there by Seagar, and this is the smoothest braid I've ever used in my entire life. Had it rigged with 20-pound test Seagar fluorocarbon, and this is the Premier fluorocarbon. And the reason I like throwing the Premier, it's the most limber fluorocarbon that Seagar makes. Now, I said we were down there for about a week and we threw a whole bunch of different DOAs, but I'm going to show you pretty much what I concentrated on down there. Now, here's just a few of the lures that I was throwing down there that was working best for me. The first one I'm going to show you is the new one from DOA. It's called the PT. It's a soft plastic weedless topwater bait. And what's cool about this, if you're bringing it across the top of the water, there's a lot of weeds floating in there. It's not going to get all tangled up on your lure. So you're going to spend a lot less time getting junk off your lure and fishing, which means you're going to catch some more fish. I saw the prototype of this bait years ago and I was wondering if it would ever come to life, and I'm finally glad it did because it works great. This one here is the Texas Croaker color. Captain Brian Barrera down there in Texas came up with this color, and it absolutely gets the job done when you're down there. If you fish with him, he's going to have a ton of these. So watch how we're throwing them. You're going to catch a lot of fish on them. We also threw a lot of the old school lures out there, from DOA bait busters to the grub tail. And if you heard, I call this one the manatee jig, because when you put a jig head on it, kind of like that, it looks like a manatee with that big old tail. But you pull it through the water, that thing flaps around, makes a lot of noise, and gets a lot of attention out there. You know, the Lower Laguna Madre is one of the coolest places in the world to fish. It reminds me so much of the Space Coast where I grew up. The tidal flow is very, very minimal, and it just reminds me of home there on the Space Coast. So if you happen to fly into Brownsville, make sure you look out the window at the coastline when you fly over. You're going to see miles and miles of pristine flats that run from Corpus Christi all the way down to Brownsville, and they're all loaded with fish. We're going to close the show out now fishing back with Captain Luis Flandes, and I just got to say, that morning when we left the dock, it was flat calm, and he was worried the fish weren't going to cooperate too good. But as the day progressed, it got nastier and windier and cloudier. I wasn't too happy about it, but Luis started smiling because he knew the bite was going to turn on. So enjoy the rest of the show, fishing the Lower Laguna Madre, Texas style.
Nice fish, Blair.
That's a good one. That might be your 30 inches there.
Yeah.
Feels good.
Got a bruiser.
I miss clear water and grass. It didn't have a bunch of spots on it, did it? Nah, it's a red. Okay, he's not 30 inches. He's just
not
tough.
a 30 incher, but he's a nice one. Good job, Blair.
You know, I've caught redfish all over the place, you know, in the Gulf from Texas, and you follow it all the way around to the Keys. I fished the Gulf.
Yeah.
I love catching redfish, and no matter where you go, they always pull hard.
Oh, yeah.
But what gets me about a redfish is how diverse they are. You know, they can live in the ocean. I've caught them in freshwater ponds in Louisiana, right along next to bass swimming around.
Yeah.
And the colors of them, the ones in Louisiana, you know, they'll be orange.
Right.
Orange, big old bellies on them like a bass, and you get in Panama City and they're long and skinny and they're almost silver. But what we said, no matter where you go and catch redfish though, they're a fun fish to catch.
Oh yeah, never gets old, buddy.
And I tell you, you guys out there, if you ever want to come to South Texas and do this, don't let the wind discourage you. Give Luis here a call. We'll put his number up and you can definitely get it and go catch some redfish and some good trout. And do what the guides tell you to when you come down here, because it's not like I grew up in Florida fishing, and on a windy day like this, I would have never fished.
Yeah, you would.
I was thought the wind's howling 50 miles an hour. We're not fishing, but out here, the fish really don't bite that good when it's a beautiful day. So, bring your slickers, bring your DOAs, and you come to South Texas to catch some fish. And if you don't bring him and want to go book Luis here, he's got all you want.
That's right.
There we go.
Nice.
That feels like another good one, brother.
Yeah.
You gotta like it when you retie one in the first cast with a new lure, you catch one.
Oh yeah. I think that redfish likes that new lure too.
I don't think he likes it all that much.
At least he thought he was. That's a good one, man. Oh yeah.
Woo! I think it's even too windy to fly a kite today.
Look at that. That's a good one, man. That's good. Good fish there. Nice. That one's nice and lit up, man.
Come here, we ain't gonna let you bust this one off. There we go. Root beer, fluke tail.
Like that root beer.
Produces redfish like that.
Very nice. That's a good looking red right there.
That is a beautiful
Perfect.
fish.
One spot on him.
Good genetics.
Yeah.
Looks like that wind's making him look like he's trying to swim.
Yeah. Good job, man. That's how you do it.
Awesome.
Right on.
That works.
Get some more, buddy. Oh, that feels good. That was 2 redfish back to back for you.
Yep.
Lost one, then boom, boom, boom. We're in them thick. Get some more, man. The water got a little bit cloudier right in this zone right here.
Ooh, another nice one.
Another nice redfish, man. I'm gonna grab this one. You got it?
Sure.
You got it. Go for it, go for it, go for it.
Ah, come here, dude. So y'all still get the big bulls here too, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
You get them off the jetties?
Yeah, we get them off the jetties and they'll make their way onto the flat. You know, if September, October, November, those months, you can find a whole ton of redfish, you know, big bull reds, and it's so hard to find a keeper in there. You know, I'll catch 7, 8 reds and then 1 keeper redfish because they come into the flat and tons of food for them in here. So,
Well, cool beans, brother.
good stuff,
Well,
man.
hey, let's head it on back. I think all the riders are there waiting on us. We've been out here all day long and we have stretched it out. I think as we've been catching fish. This ain't a fishing trip. This is a catching trip. If y'all ever want to experience it, there it is, Captain Luis. Oh, you say it one time.
Flandes.
There you go, Luis Flandes.
Flandes, yeah.
And there's his number right there. Give him a call. He will put you all over the fish. But till next trip, man, we'll see you on the water somewhere.
Yeah. All right, man.
See?
Good stuff. Awesome.
Blair Wiggins Outdoors is brought to you by Starbright, blending technology with performance since 1973. Seagar, always the best. Lose, feel the difference. Coastal Conservation Association, Florida, the voice of recreational anglers for over 35 years. DOA Lures, the unfair advantage. Mirrolure, turn on the bite anywhere. And by Costa Sunglasses, see what's out there.
Nice redfish.
You got some shoulders.
Yeah. Oh, that's a solid one, man.
Now he's gonna look like one of them kids running around the mall with stuff hanging out of his mouth.
That was a good one.
Oh well.